All right, if you are just joining the channel, this is took us a little bit of time to get this going today. Had some interesting issues with the tournament. A lot of people dropping as soon as that they kind of realized they weren't going to make it to the cut to top four. So it made for some interesting strength of schedule issues that we had to work through. But what we have now is instead of a cut to top four, we have a cut to the top eight, and they're going to be playing in some best of three double elimination rounds. Up top, playing what I think is Po Ray, is Lasci. In the Swiss tournament, Lasci went 4-0. Below him is Jimmydehand. Jim was one of our 3-1s, and in the Swiss tournament we had many 3-1s, and kind of exacerbated by our top 3-1 having to drop out of the tournament, so making our mad scramble from cut to top four to cut to top eight. So the stream started a little bit late on this game, and I think I completely missed Lassie's first character going down. But this is just their first round of three, so we'll be able to see some more play between these two as they get started on this next game. I do want to say again, I really appreciate everybody that showed up for the tournament today. Super hectic, lots of issues with Challenge. We're never going to get that Chalon sponsorship because we keep just saying terrible things about it. And again, lots of lessons learned. One of those lessons being never again with Challenge. So if we can't find a better substitute for Challenge, it's just going to be pen and paper because I think we can run things better that way. Oh, that guy again? Are you asking about Challenge? It has some pretty amazing bugs. People can join a tournament twice, and sometimes it doesn't enforce that. And I didn't catch that before we kicked off the tournament. So we had like floating extra players that were causing basically automatic buys for the people that got paired up against them, and the substitute system when people left and joined doesn't work very well. So just all of the normal annoyances with challenge that people have. All right, let's pay attention to this round now. So I do like watching these two decks play against each other. Ray being the strongest action economy character for hero right now, and Django being her alternate on the villain side. Uh, you know, this round wrapped up really fast, so fast that I didn't get most of it on the stream. The Jedi robes play with Ray is always great. Getting those two shields in the beginning. And you can tell these two players really know their decks. You see how fast the play is moving here. It's hard to keep up with them. Yeah, it's really difficult, picking your target on which one to go after here first. I think at this point I probably would be going for Veers just because he's the squishier target. Um, and he does hit hard with those two damage sides. But just an incredibly tough decision to let Django continue activating for free throughout the entire game. Um, we'll win games for Django. Just a really tough call. And I can't disagree with going after Django there first. So I'm kind of curious. So we saw one round played so far. If you had to in the Twitch stream, how would you call it? If you had to guess who'd win the rest of this game? That's pretty impressive, getting to get that mind probe out just naturally with resources. I have to say, I have a bias for not Lasci himself, but for Ray winning the tournament. I really enjoy watching people play that deck. Um, the first time I saw it show up to a tournament, I thought it wasn't going to be any good. Mixed damage is bad, but it plays well, and it seems to play really consistently. And I just want to remind all of our Twitch viewers that don't watch Twitch and drive. It's a dangerous thing to do. Keep your eyes on the road. Is, I think one reason it's so great is it's really difficult to choose who to take out first. If you go for Poe first, you've got that long slog through 12 health, but you do get rid of his strong ability to just throw things out of his hand and do terrible things with that special. But while you're taking him down, Ray usually just becomes a god. Um, And for me, it usually comes down to how much equipment did Ray get on her on the first round, and just kind of hope that if she did get equipment and you're going after her first, that the equipment kind of stays on her, and that that one with the force doesn't get out there before you can take her down. Lasci just flush with the resources this game. So that was a fairly big turn from 4 damage on Ray down to 1 with the willpower move to Django, and then the field medic. Was not expecting that play right there. All right, this is where things get exciting. I always like to see what can come out of Poe Dameron's hand whenever that special lands. Just a really good roll for Django Veer's side. I would not be too surprised if a dodge came out. So what we saw played there was Force Misdirection. I think that's a card that is getting more and more love. Um, the problem that right now, as you can see, it's one of your blue dice. This is always fun. I do not have a perfect memory, so can't really jump in here and help them. Yeah, like the Twitch stream said, it's really important, and it can be really hard in tournaments, but it's always good just to kind of read the text of the card that your opponent plays. Um, it's really easy to fall into the trap of just doing what they say the card does, and Lassie did that as a mistake. I can guarantee you that he did not do that with evil intent. But you can kind of prevent what's going on right now with, they're trying to redo the game state by just doing that quick reread. Yeah, I think that was a solid save to, make sure that he did something to prevent the critical damage from happening. The deflect and then the Jedi robes play, where, again, people underestimate Rey, but that action economy with, being able to overwrite something like Jedi robes, it's not that great, but coming down gives you that shield. It makes for those interesting plays like he just did, keeping Rey alive where else she would have been, pretty close to death. And that is Django. So, I mean, this is why I love this game. Seeing the initial rolls by each side, I would have thought Rey was done for sure, and Django was very safe, but complete opposite happened. Really exciting. So everyone, I'm working on getting a second commentator here, so I'm not talking to myself, and we got a couple more people who can pay attention to the game. The kind of hilarity is that all of my people that signed up to be commentators, they made it to the top 8, except for me. Wow, such a unless something can be done here. He can't even discard a card right now. Um, I think the recent ruling is you can't discard a card to reroll if you don't have anything to reroll. So he's gonna get hit for 8 damage from those mind probes. And I cannot see Veers surviving out the rest of this round, not with those 2 dice on Poe and 3 cards to reroll. So very exciting. If you're just joining, this is the top eight, doing best of three. And right now, Lasci and Jimmydehand are tied. They've both won one round. This is totally flying for best of three. I agree with you, KB Fresh. Again, these are two players that really know their decks, and these are two really fast decks. I'd say Django Veer is definitely the fastest villain deck, and Repo again. I'm trying to think of a deck that's consistently faster on Hero, and I think it might tie for a couple of other decks, but it's also a really fast one. Hey, and hopefully we have another commentator now.
Hi there. How you doing?
Hey, Stocko. So, thanks for jumping in here. Let's go ahead and get you into this table so you can watch this game.
Sounds good. You can hear me, right?
I can hear you, and the internet can hear you.
Okay, excellent. I just wanted to make sure.
So as you get into Tabletop Simulator, just to catch you up, we wound up doing a cut to the top eight. They're playing best of three rounds in a double elimination,
Okay.
and right now we're just watching table one in the first round, and both players have won one match. So this is the last one for them.
All right.
So I don't know if everyone saw, but Electroshock getting a nice graphical upgrade with the next promo kit. I think it's the participant prize, and it's a full art card, and it looks
Yeah.
lovely.
It looks like it's going to be the participant prize, and that does look really great.
And I think that was a good call by Fantasy Flight. It's a card that everybody needs. I don't even want to say how many boxes and boosters I opened up to get my set of Electroshocks, and it was just ridiculous.
Yeah.
To
I
give
traded most of mine away like early on because it was a bad idea.
yeah, giving new players a way to just show up to a local game store, play in a friendly tournament, and walk away with an electroshock, I think is a great idea, especially with the limited reprint of Awakenings, whatever that means.
I think it'll also help new players to realize that Electroshock actually has a good value to it. Because being an uncommon, a lot of people just kind of glance at it and say, whatever. Like new players would at least.
And just to test out there, can everybody else on the stream hear Stocko?
I cannot hear anybody else. I don't know if anybody said anything, but
It's just you and me spectating this thing.
oh, excellent.
Okay, I'll bump up his volume and hopefully it's a little bit closer to mine once he starts talking. All right, back to the game. So lots of damage already put out on Django early on. So unless something can be done, like claiming the battlefield and removing a character die, that was a good save. Um, yeah, I think Lassie's just going to keep going and try to find that three side.
Yeah, looks like it.
And there it is.
Oh, one of my favorites.
So this isn't looking too hot for Jimmydehand. He's up against, what do we have here?
Oof.
18 health
Yeah,
versus 9.
got Poe with one shield, and Ray's only got 4 damage on her versus Veer's.
I think that unless something can be done, I think that's probably game.
Oof, that is a painful roll.
Lassie's sitting with 5 cards in hand, tons of opportunity to have specials to, throw out and do crazy things. So first up is a Mind Probe and another Mind Probe.
Oh,
6
jeez.
damage. And really not great options for rolling out Veers at this point. You're basically rolling out and almost guaranteeing that you're going to get hit for 2 damage.
Mm-hmm. Ace in the hole. Oh, discard. What was it? I don't know what it was.
So if he has a really lucky roll here, he might be able to get out of Ray, but not quite.
Ouch. No resources.
So that bit went by pretty fast. I think that was a claim on Frozen Waste, so remove
Yeah,
that character die.
nice. Dug in. I'll definitely at least kind of keep yours around a little bit longer. I see the need for overriding, getting a lightsaber out at this point, especially with Ray.
Just really wants this to be the
Wow.
last round.
Yeah. Two Rays and two lightsabers.
So he gets a resolution too, right? Because that holdout blaster came in? Or
Yep.
did he
He gets
overwrite it?
one extra. He overrode it, but that still gets him one more move. So he should still have one more action, I would expect at least. Oof. That is, yeah. Unless Jimmy's got something to go against that, that's 6 damage plus the plus two unblockable.
Yeah, I can't think of anything that could handle the special side and the melee side that could
Yeah,
stop this from going away.
yeah. That's enough to knock him out just in damage faces alone right now.
Yeah, I wonder if that's what they're saying right now is just good game. Oh,
Yep,
yep, they're
it
not going to
looked like
finish it
it.
out.
They're looking at it. I mean, when he had what 8 damage showing in
Yes.
six melee, and then two from the lightsaber. There's just nothing to do about that.
Yeah, I definitely want to talk to Jimmy. We saw a lot of blocks come out this tournament. Lot more Vader Raider. I think anticipation with that card.
Yeah.
I'm curious if he had that in that lightsaber special. Just ended it for him. But we'll find
Well, I
out.
mean, he had only 2 health left after the three shields. So with lightsaber special out, unless he had a way to resolve that, that was game.
Yeah. All right. So that's the first game. There's 3 other games that are being played right now. I need to go check on those. I'm gonna go ahead and put the stream on overlay, and I'll announce out when the next round starts. So thanks everybody for joining, and we'll be back here in a few minutes.